G'day guys, welcome back to our channel. We're down here in the New Forest and we're back on one of our favourite sites of the New Forest, the Red Chute. May now, so the weather's much better. Anyone seen my previous vlogs, we come here last October and it is the wettest week we've had for a while in a van. That was in our old big Swift Lifestyle van, which is a huge 6-berth, quite heavy van, and we got stuck in the mud here and it took us about half an hour to get out. We're using our ramps. But this is our favourite site because it's right smack in the middle of the nature part of the New Forest where all the animals are. It's got some lovely pubs. The Alice Lyle down that way, if you go right out of sight. I think it's the Horseman. Is it the Horseman? Going the other way? I have to look it up. And then you've got another one further on which there's a nice nice ploughman's, and there's a pub on site as well. So we like our pubs for eating out. So we'll show you as much as that as we can. It's got some excellent walks and cycle routes around here as well. Toilets and showers are good, and the site is really peaceful, clean and nice views. So we give you a little view around the site. The one addition they've done this year, added on to the site, because we said about we'd give it 10-star rating for one reason that it didn't get 10-star rating, because it didn't have hard standing. And with big vans, everyone was getting stuck. Or they've added hard standing in. So they took our advice and other people's advice and added hard standing. So we'll show you that because they've got some nice pictures now, hard standing. But yeah, so we'll do a little review around here. We're off to Paul tomorrow, so we'll show you that again. And then we're doing a few cycle routes like we normally do. So we'll show you what it's all like. So just to show you, these are the new hard standings that have been put in. They've got, I think there's 10 there. There's us set up, got quite a lot of space for that, and the awning can easily come out, and you've still got the grass bit next to us with electric hook up and that. Now, it's a nice peaceful site. It's got quite good views when you're sitting in the van as well. It's got its own bakery as well and shop on site, which is quite nice. I think that's about it really. And own brewery, in case I haven't mentioned it, the pub up top, which I'll show in a minute, has got its own brewery, makes their own beer. Right, so this is the main pub. That's the entrance. I'm not sure whether I mentioned this before on my last vlog. Just behind us is the main route which will go into the New Forest, which is quite nice. We'll be doing that probably Wednesday, depending on the weather. Well, if it's raining, we'll probably still do it. Right, so we're now off to the Alice Lyle, which is doing a right out of the site. You might bypass it if you come in that way, but it's one of our favourite pubs around the New Forest. So we're going to go down there for dinner and cycle there and cycle back again. Right, so we're down here near the Alice Lyle, which is just a bit further on down the road, and this is where the ford is, but it's low at the moment because the water's not going over the road. So we'll have a little wander down there. There's lots of animals around. It's quite a big picnic area for this time of year, so we'll have a look around. guys, we just left the Alice Lyle, which is quite a nice pint of beer and a meal, and getting back to Red Chute is a bit up and down. It's a lot of hills really after you've had a couple of pints, but stupidly we decided to push on to the High Corner Inn, which we're about to go down to in a minute, and we just found out why it's called the High Corner Inn, because it's been uphill all the way from Red Chute.
But we couldn't get in there last time, could we? So we thought we'd try and have a look. It's a beautiful evening. It's a nice breeze now actually, which is so unusual.
Yeah, it's lovely up here. You wouldn't believe it's 7 o'clock at night and look at the weather at the moment. I was actually videoing in the sunshine there, so whether you saw us, because the sun's behind us then. So it's amazing views. So it's worth the push, even though it's hard work. But the High Corner Inn is behind us here, so we're just going to cycle down here now. See if we can get a pint down there, because we couldn't get in there last time. Right, so we just made it down to the High Corner Inn. It's all downhill from where we was just a minute ago, so we won't be going back that way. We go through the woods on the way back, so you just go out of here, you can do a left and follow it down through the woods. But as you can see, nice quiet little pub with a good nice little garden, so it'll be, hopefully we can get in there and you haven't got a book. But with COVID around nowadays, you never know. Guys, right, so this morning we're going off to another cycle ride, and we're going to head off to Lyndhurst, which is about 8 miles from here if we can get it right on the track. We're following the View Ranger, and like all my other tracks and walks, I've put them on my blog, which will be linked below. If you go to that, you can download them to your phone, because the View Ranger allows that system, and you can get the audience survey maps from there. So we hopefully we'll be getting into the Oak pub if we can get there in time to get a meal in there, which is one of our favourite pubs in the whole of the New Forest. So we're going to get going and see how we get on with this track. Right, so we just cycled a bit of the way now to where the High Corner Junction is, where you see the T-junction is at the moment, where this car's going down. That's the way down to the High Corner pub. So we just come up this one behind us, which is a hell of a hill, goes on forever, so we're having a little break because that was really hard work on had to use low gear to get up to this point. Now we're hoping we might have to use a bit of the road behind us, but at some point we should be getting into the woods opposite the road to get down into Lyndhurst, but we'll see how we get on with that. Right, so we've made it across to the next car park, Milcombe. From the High Corner you can actually get to the car park opposite on that track we're on, which will take you straight back into the forest behind us, and it's a nice off-road cycle route up to this point. So from here we're going to be following the road behind me, so we're doing a right out of this car park, which should take us all the way down to Lyndhurst, and it should be quite nice. It's not really the main A roads, but if you like cycling on hills and hilly cycling, then the New Forest is the best place, because the hill we just done again after High Corner was another long hill. So hopefully it's downhill now all the way to Lyndhurst.
You said that last time.
But obviously that will mean uphill all the way back home after a couple of pints, which won't be very nice.
Dear. There's no trust anymore between me and you. These hills.
Right, so we just headed off right from Milcombe, which is the car park we was just a minute ago. Follow it all the way down underneath the bypass of the A35. It's all nice roads up, you can see behind me. And you're going to come to the Canadian Memorial. So as you can see behind me, they've got the Canadian flag up there with the English flag. It's the memorial, and it's this point that we head back into the woods behind me, which, if I'm right on the map, it takes us all the way down to Lyndhurst now. Right, so from the Canadian Memorial, we went into the woods, followed the woods all the way down. It's been a nice cycle route all the way through there, all off through the woods, all downhill, which does mean all uphill on the way home. And then you get to this car park, Millie Ford Bridge behind me. When you come to this point, you can see the road out here. This is where we're going to be going left. So we should follow left down here, this road where that car's going now. And this should be now road riding all the way down to Lyndhurst, which is looks like quite a nice easy road really. Right guys, so we made it most of the way here. Well, made it all the way here actually. We're at Lyndhurst, which is just up down the road. We just popped into the Swan for a pint.
It's raining.
Because yeah, like the weather said, it started raining. Though the weather forecast said it weren't going to rain. It looks, it's quite wet out there now. So we thought we'd have a pint of beer here and a bit of a break. So that's been 9.6 miles, I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
9.6 miles to get here. It's about an hour and 40 minutes. So it ain't bad. It's a nice cycle route. A lot of hills, but it's a nice cycle route. So we're going to have a wander around Lyndhurst. And then we're going to go down to the Oak for a meal. And then we're going to make a different route back. We're going to try and cut some of it out going back to make a shorter route back. Eating again.
When did sweet shop?
Alright, so we had a nice meal in the Oak, which was a really nice pub. I do like that pub, a couple of beers. And we're taking a different route back. We cut across country from the Oak. We went, as you come out the Oak pubs, if you're coming out that way, we did a left. And then we cut across the woods to the A35 and managed to get across the A35. I showed the route, like saying, the view ranger. But it's not an easier, it's an easier route and it cuts out a lot of distance because you're not going around, you're sort of U-tracking otherwise through Lyndhurst. But it's very boggy, so with the bike, it's quite hard work because you've got to keep the wheels spinning, otherwise you're falling over into the bog. So that was hard work. And we've just done a massive hill now up to Boulder car park. As you can see behind me, it's quite a popular one. It's got an ice cream van here. There's also toilets behind me, you can see. This is also the deer sanctuary area. So this is where people come up to see that, which we're not going to go and see, but this is this area. But it gives you an idea if you're out in your camper van and you're not taking your bikes, that these are quite easy access roads and you can easily get your vans in here. There's no height restrictions. So they're quite good parking spots to have a picnic in there. Alright, so the route we've decided to take from that car park, as you saw the car park was at, I'm just having a look, there's some deers over there. Keep looking over at me. So I turn around, you might be able to see them in the background. Yeah, the route we took, we did a left a little bit further up from that car park, which takes you onto a track. And I'll show this on the View Ranger, the route you can do. Not ideal on the bikes, depending on how fit you are really, because as you can see, this is behind me here, it's the route, which you do go through quite a river. Well, it's a stream at the moment, but in the winter, that could be quite boggy. And we'll be going up the hill behind me, and all along you can see where the mud would be very wet. So if you've got hiking boots on and waders and you want to push your bike through, then this is not a bad route, because this really is in the middle of the forest now. There's no one around for miles, and we've seen about 4 deers now just as we're cycling along. So you see a lot more of the nature, which is quite nice. And we're just walking the bikes up now because it's too hard going for us, but then we've been going all day now. So this is quite a nice route. I would recommend it if you've got the time of the day and it's the right weather as well and you've got the right gear on. So I don't know whether you can see them in here, but right down straight in front of us there's 2 deers. You probably might see just about on the video their white tails flicking, and there's a woodpecker out there and all we can hear. Right, so following on that route, we'll leave up, like I say on the map, you come to the main A road back there, which shows you a stile, but you can't get across there. But if you do a left and follow along the route we're doing, there should be an underpass that takes you under the main A road and then back up, so you'll be on the opposite side of this road, going back to where the campsite is. So you'll be going down towards the high corner. But for now, while we're here, I'll just show you the views from where we are at the moment. Hopefully this comes out well. But we've been cycling from over this area here, and I believe over in the woods, just between the 2 woods, is the deer sanctuary. So if you do come up this way, you can see behind me, this is the underpass of the A31. So there's a way through the A31, and it's not too much of a difference out of our way. It's a little tiny V section on the map you'll see. So I mean, realistically, we found this route easier going home, but we've walked up the hills because of the mud. But the forest tracks are easier for cycling, but they're hard work on the amount of hills out there. So we're going to go through here now and then head right, and that gets us back up to the main track, which we was on all the way down to the High Corner pub. Right guys, so we're back at the van now. We had a pint at the Red Shoot pub on the way back, and we've just had some lunch. We didn't get to finish the vlog off really at the last minute. We just went downhill and then thought, that's it, we're knackered, having a pint. We did 22 miles in the end, round trip to Lyndhurst and back, and we was out for about 4 or 5 hours cycling, but we had a pub lunch as well. So I'll put all this on my video, on my blog, where you can download this route. The only thing I would say, the route there, if you take the route there and the route back, it's a lot easier for anyone that doesn't like off-road motorbiking. I wouldn't advise it for young kids at all, because the amount of mileage, it's quite a long route, and it's very hilly. I mean, it's burnt our legs out, and we've done a few 30-mile ones, but that was quite hard work today. And then the route back, the one we do, which I'll leave on the vlog, that one, realistically, it's great for people that love off-road mountain biking, and if it's wet, you're going to get really covered in mud, and you'll probably enjoy that, so you might like that. So yeah, it's probably quite good fun. Anyway, that's it for today. Tomorrow, if we feel up to it, we're off to, I think it's Fording Bridge. We're doing another cycle ride tomorrow, bit shorter though, probably about a 10-mile round trip, and we might pop into a few places on the way and show you that. Right, hello guys, so next morning, last day here at Red Shoot, and so we're doing another cycle ride. Today we're going to try and head up to Fording Bridge, which should be the first time going that way. Not sure whether we get there or not, because yesterday was quite a hard day, so we've not made any routes or plans. We're just going to see how it goes. So if I do get there and a round trip, there's another campsite on the way and a few pubs, so we'll update that to my blog. So there'll be an extra cycle route on there, which would be quite nice. But we'll just make it up as we go along today. It's a lot more overcast as well today. So we're just going to get the bikes ready and get going. Alright, so we came down from the campsite, doing a right out of the campsite again, following it around. And there's a turning, you see on the map, that you turn down to go over a hill that we're going to go over. And you can see we'll be crossing a bridge, which is a nice quiet location. So it'd be a nice place for a picnic on the way back.
It's indicated on the map saying ford, isn't it? To be able to cross over. Yeah,
there's quite a few fords on the map that you cross over, and this is one of them. Hopefully we get through, because the original route we was going to do, we couldn't because it's footpaths and we wouldn't be able to get through the bikes. Could do if you're walking, but not with the bikes. Right, just to give you an indication, what I said yesterday, if anyone watched yesterday's bit, I think, however I split these videos up, that this is what it's like when you come off the tracks, because we got the cycle routes around. We're trying to cut across country to shorten the route. And you can see the amount of mud and stuff behind us. I'll show you in front, but we're getting through. But this is where you could really do hiking boots as well as cycling, because it's really hard to cycle in very low gears on the bikes, so we do get through. But it is hard work. We had it yesterday. Right, so we finally got to the top of the hill, which is a really hard hill. I'll show you the views in a minute. But we're on the actual one of the top ridges behind us. We don't know whether we're going left or right yet. We've still got to look at the map. But if you look behind us, this is the hill we just come up, and I'm going to confess we didn't cycle it, because this is a hell of a gradient. Even just to walk up with the bikes is hard work, and it's slipping and sliding on all the stones. But you can see right in the background, I don't know if you can see it on this video, but you can see the campsite straight ahead, and then the rest of it, the farmland and the forest. Right. So from that hill further back there, what we struggled to get up, it's been quite nice, easy cycling along the top, which has been dry. Nice cycle, and it's quite nice for good views. And now we're going to be heading downhill to a village down here, which we'll find out what that is in a minute, because I haven't looked at the map. But Fording Bridge is in front of us somewhere, so we're not far from it. So far this has been quite an easy route compared to yesterday. Right, so we just come out here at Ferris Hill, which is the last bit really, I think, of off-roading. Most of the route now, looking at the map, is all road riding, but hopefully nice easy roads. It's a nice little location. Right, so we're down by the road now, just to show you what the roads look like. Because when I say they're road bike riding, they're pretty good. They're not like the main roads that we've been looking at home, depending on where you live, I suppose. But we have made it all the way down to Fording Bridge. So this is the main junction. We come out behind us where you see they're doing some pretend digging up, and then from here we should be going left. We probably walk a bit or go down the pavements because it should take us into the main town, so you shouldn't be on the road. This is 5 miles and probably one of the easiest cyclist routes we've done because it's been downhill all the way here. Right, so we made it down to the town. If you get down to the little mini roundabout and you can do a right, there is a car park up behind me if you're coming down here by vehicle. We've managed to just ditch the bikes here and padlock them up, and we'll have a little walk around town. I can show you a little bit as much as we can. There is a nice river down there which went across the bridge, which has got a nice pub, so we might even see if we can pop in there, get something to eat. So we had a nice pint and something to eat back at in the George pub, which is along the river at Fording Bridge, which I'd highly recommend. Really good food there. And so we cycled back. We're a little bit further back, and we stopped here at the, I think it's called the Foresters pub, where we had a nice pint here before we heading back across all the hills. Although it was a 25 gradient hill to get here, which I had to walk up. Just behind me to the left is another campsite called Harry's Field. So if you're down this way, there is a campsite down there as well. But this is a nice pub as well in the New Forest. Quite nice, quiet place as well. But we didn't eat here because we've already eaten at the George. We're going to head off now, get back on our original track and get back into the forest. Right, we're in deer country now, so we're going to see if we can see any. A few shot past. There's a load in the back going there, you probably can't see them. There you go, you can see some running away there. You can only just make them out. I think that's it then. Pretty clear. We've cleared the woods of deers. Very quick.
Well, I like to talk because they can't talk. Because you've just climbed a big hill and we're out of breath. And it's starting to rain. But we're nearly there. And it's been a lovely day.
So just behind us, if you see the views, is going down towards Fallbridge, where we come from. We're at the top of the heath now, where we went earlier on, which is going towards Red Shoot, which, as you can see behind us, we're at the top. But it's great views from up here. But like I say, it's starting to spit. It's not too bad, rain, and it has been extremely hilly as well. So up here, if anything, you should rename it. I'll let the plane go over. If anything, you should rename it from being the New Forest to the Hilly Forest. Definitely. Because it's non-stop up and down. When you get to the top, you can go back down again, and then you're back up again. So,
I've never known so many hills.
It's been quite hard work. We've had to push the bikes a few times, like the hill we've just done.
It walks off all the food and drinks,
so. We're probably about a couple of miles, about 20-30 minutes away from the site now, hopefully, if we don't get lost.
Hopefully.
Right, guys, so we're back to where we started off in this cycle ride today. What miles have we done?
11 miles.
11 miles today, so it's
11 long, hilly miles.
It's half compared to what we did yesterday.
But it feels so much more.
So behind us you can see Red Shoot in the background. We're going to go down this long hill now into the bog, try and get through that without falling off. This will be the end of our holiday vlog for this red shoot one, because we're back home tomorrow.
Back to normality.
Yeah, so sign off for this one, and then hopefully in a few weeks' time we get away again. We'll update a new destination or something.
Hopefully.
See you later.